A Kayak Full of Ghosts, Eskimo Folktales by Lawrence Millman. And this story is The Fox Wife and the Penis of the Lake. A man and his wife, they lived quite alone. Summers, the man would venture out in his kayak and hunt for long periods of time. Once, when he returned, his wife was not there. Then it happened again, and again the wife would come back only after the husband. So one day the man pretended to go off hunting, but instead he followed his wife. He followed her all the way to a certain lake. She waded into the lake saying, "Penis, penis, penis," and then a huge penis emerged, and she coupled with it so wildly that the water churned in the lake. Now the man felt the greatest anger at his wife. It wasn't long before he went back to the lake by himself, and there he shouted, "Penis, penis, penis," at which the penis again appeared. The man beat it to death and cut it down into small pieces. Then he came home and proceeded to throw these penis pieces into the meat pot. After they were cooked, he roused his wife. "Supper's ready." The wife began to eat. What's this? That tastes so good," she said. "It's your lover," he replied. "My lover?" "Yes, the penis of the lake." And the woman let out a moan and lay down on the ground, pulling her sleeping skins over her head. But the man wasn't finished with his wife yet. As she lay there on the ground, he went out and gathered flies, maggots, and worms. Then he placed beneath her sleeping skins. These he placed beneath her sleeping skins. The creatures soon devoured her, and when there was nothing left of her, he set a fire and burned them to death too. Now the man was all by himself, but once he came back from a hunting trip, and there was meat steaming in the pot. His hammocks had been mended and stockings put into them, as in his married days. The same thing happened again and again. Then one day, instead of leaving, the man hid in a crevice in the ice, and soon he saw a little she-fox, quite pretty, standing at his meat pot. "What are you doing here?" he asked. She didn't say a thing. She just continued to stir the meat. Whereupon he leaped on her and made her his wife. She was a better wife than the last, for she would wait patiently for him while he was out hunting. Then it happened that two of them set out for winter quarters. On their way, they visited another married couple, a piece of shit and a rabbit, man and wife. And with this couple, they decided to stay for the rest of the winter. Soon they had exchanged wives. The man lay with the rabbit while the piece of shit lay with the she-fox. This did not work out very well, and all of a sudden the fox exclaimed, "This place smells of shit." And the shit replied, "Phew, fox stench." The fox, upon hearing this, slipped through a little hole in the doorskin and was gone. The man began to have harsh words with the shit. "You have driven my wife away," he said. "Well, if you want her, why don't you go after her?" the shit told him. So the man followed his wife's tracks in the snow. On one side they were the footprints of a human being, and on the other the tracks of a fox. He followed them right up to a small dark cave. He figured that she had gone into the cave, so he called to her to come out. And then out of the cave came a creature that was half human and half fly, saying, "I'll be your wife. Take me, take me." When the man said no, it went back in again. Then the man called out once more for his wife, and now it was a she-maggot that came out, and it said, "Take me, take me." But the man would not have her either, and he entered the cave himself to retrieve his wife. Inside there was only a worm. This worm said to him, "You are a man who must suffer because of what you did to me." Fly, maggot, and worm, they were all creatures whom he had destroyed, and now the man knew that he was alone, quite alone, forever. What the fuck is this? Oh, Lordy.